Yay, we are recording. Fantastic. So we are all here today. The Nikken Women Creating Wealth Core. I'm thrilled to be with all of you and have asked a lot of you to get on, and please to bring others on as you can, because I'm really looking to all of us creating a powerful force field of women in Nikken to show others when they watch these, because they're recorded and they watch them later, that they can see that there are a lot of us that are very vibrant and very passionate about building this Nikken business. And so I'm thrilled you're here. And I now have a specific question I want to ask of you and have everybody participate if we can, at least all those that might want. But before we do, I just wanted to check in with you that you saw that lovely post on our women page. We have the Facebook Nikken Women Creating Wealth page, and we have the WhatsApp. We saw this lovely picture of this little girl holding the water bottle, right? And it just spurred in me an immediate response around children's health, because, you know, many of us are mothers and many of us aren't, but I always feel the children are our children, the children of the world are our children, regardless of whether we're personally a mother or not. And of course, Mother's Day is coming up soon here in North America. But it just, it concerns me greatly about children's health. Children are really, really not doing well, and they need help. They need all the help they can get. And the only way to help them with our grassroots revolution is to really help the parents to understand what we have, especially the mothers, because mothers make the decisions in the household, you know, for where the money goes. And so when I saw that picture for many years, well before I started Nikken 23 years ago, I wanted to start even then something called like the Children's Health Alliance or something like that for children's health. And I think that it's time for us together. You know, many of us have good ideas, but, you know, one person alone, how much can we do? And often we abandon these ideas. And it just struck me that we could do something with that, with Nikken kids that have been brought up on these Nikken products, that use these Nikken products, and showing the world how healthy they are, and really teaching through this, you know, other mothers how much they can help their kids. Because I know for all of you, there's nothing more exciting than helping a child with our technologies, right? I mean, I was at something the other day and this woman said, oh, I have a friend whose child doesn't sleep and she's 12 and she never sleeps. And I said, well, I love helping kids and I think I could help this child. So it got me really excited. And then other people at the table said, oh, you love helping kids. And I said, I'm just passionate about helping children with their health. So it's just an idea. We're putting it out. Heather had some great ideas, you know, about Facebook, Instagram. I think you said Pinterest. And so I think, Heather, you have a wonderful understanding of social media, and maybe you're one of the people that can sort of head this up. But I believe we could create something very powerful around this idea of children's health. And I think we, as the women in Nikken, I mean, it's like perfect for us, I think. And so I don't know what you think, but I'm excited about it, and I'm putting it out there, and let's just see what we can do, because our work is to educate the world about health. And so that's what I'm thinking. So I just wanted to put that out first and foremost. Any pictures we can gather, and little picture of that girl with the water bottle was just adorable. So we know our products really, really help our kids. So with that, I asked a question on our Nikken page and on our WhatsApp. I'm trying not to overwhelm that with any other extraneous information. Please be also respectful of that. Let's just keep it very salient to the Nikken Women Creating Wealth calls. It's terribly important that, you know, we have Facebook for everything else, you know, our pages and so forth. So I don't send a lot of messages, and I don't respond to a lot there either, because I want it to be very focused. But this was the question that I put out. Now, I'm going to preface the question with saying, we know that prospecting and sponsoring is the most important thing in Nikken. We all know that, and we all know that's what we spend our time doing. And that the most critical thing, of course, is listening to a prospect and responding to their needs, their inquiry, what they're interested in. So we know that, and we can do a whole other call about that. But this question I have for you is a little different, because it is said that a leader is someone who passionately conveys their vision to others. And there is a time in that process where it is your turn to speak, where you've listened and you've responded to their needs. But there is always a time when it is your turn to speak, whether it's one-on-one with people or in front of a room of people in a wellness presentation or something like that. There's always going to be that time. And so what I asked you is, what is it that you are most passionate about when you bring this forward? And I put 4 different things down. And I said, there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not looking for a right or wrong answer here. Just what is it for you? What gets you really excited? So there's the cause, which can be bigger than just humans being more. Cause, your cause in your world. What do you think, what is the most passionate cause you really ally with? Personal growth is the second one, which would include HBM, humans being more, all of us evolving and growing and getting better and so forth. Technologies. Stop. I have to decline this call. Sorry about that. And then, so products are amazing technologies. We get very, very passionate about them, of course. And then network marketing, which is brilliant and a brilliant way for women. Women are so good at network marketing and creating business and wealth through a network marketing model, through the model of leveraging time, compounding, and leveraging and compounding effort. And so these are the 4. And I want to just ask you, and I'll just say for myself, it's very difficult for me to answer this question. I'm not going to say it's easy at all. So we might just say, oh, well, we love it all, but there will be something that you'll get your heart that gets you really, really impassioned. And passion and enthusiasm is the key thing that will enroll people, so long as you don't overwhelm them with your passion, which I've had to learn. So for me, I would say the biggest thing is cause, big cause. The biggest thing for me is that I think we are a world in crisis. I don't think it, I know it. And I post a lot about health. So we have, even just the other day, 60% loss of sperm count in the last 10 years. We are looking at not being able to reproduce. That's really happening. And our Earth is in crisis. She's in a dying process. And we have to turn that around. And I've always been an environmentalist. So I'm very passionate about our planet. And our children are ailing rapidly. And there are a lot of them not making it even, having cancer at age 8, 10, 12, and other things. So not to mention depression and all this. So the cause for me is literally our world and the life of our world, ourselves, our wildlife, our planet. Life itself is in jeopardy. And that is my cause, life. So that's really where I go. Now, where do I go with that is then, of course, I go to the technologies, because our technologies protect people, support people, and help them with life. And as they get more connected to the planet, then they take better care of our planet, which we must take care and realize we are interdependent with our planet. So a lot of our teaching is interdependency. So that's my big go-to. Does it mean I'm not passionate about personal growth? Of course not. I love it. Does it mean I'm not absolutely passionate about network marketing? I love it. I love the idea of team. I love the idea of leveraging time, compounding effort. It's a smart way to make a fortune in your lifetime, and you can. But that's not usually where my really deep oomph is. It's, are we going to survive on the planet? And can we be ambassadors for life itself and for really nourishing and nurturing and bringing back health and healing on our planet? So that's for me. And I can't wait to hear from you. So let's just start. Who would like to, is there a way we can, I don't know, can you put up your hand or something whereby I can't see all of you on the screen all at one time? So you can unmute. Let's just start with somebody, and don't be shy. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just what is it that juicy for you, that you bring? Why are you in Nikken? What is it juicy for you? And if you don't pick, I'm going to pick one of you. So somebody jump in. Carol. Okay, we'll go with Carol. I saw your hand first, then we'll go to Randy. Okay, super. Thank you. Carol.
So I resonate with what you said too. My passion is about cause, and I feel more empowered if I say that, and I talk about life, and I talk about the trajectory, and I talk about well-being and creating environments of well-being and building bridges of understanding among people. And that just puts the whole thing in a context that gives opportunity for discussion. And I'm real happy about it. And I'm a retired pastor, and that allows me to be a blessing and to share that passion.
Oh, Carol, that's gorgeous. And I didn't know you were a retired pastor. That's amazing. I'm going to open to a bigger screen. And then I think I'm going to put, for the person who speaks, I'm going to see if I can make you big. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to give it a go. So thank you, Carol, so much. It's so beautiful. Randy, let's go to you. Randy, can you unmute, darling?
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
My life's passion has been world peace, people not killing each other. And that's all about, the core of that was how our children are raised and whether families are happy and healthy. And so my cause is reducing and ending degenerative disease in our lifetime so that people's minds and bodies don't degenerate prematurely. It's ridiculous what's going on. And so mine is a cause to end degenerative disease and educate people how to live in a way that they get the health they need so that they can be nice to each other. And I find it in health that they don't fight.
Sorry, I know.
So
Hold on.
that's my cause. And so when I'm talking to people, it's about overcoming degenerative conditions and living a life of energy and love.
Yes, totally. And you do really well. Somebody's coughing and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from to mute. Carol,
it's Lucy Tara. I'm trying to.
Okay, just mute your line. Just mute your line. That's okay. Just mute your line. Okay. So oh, we need some high water over there. Carol, you can mute your line. I don't seem to be able to do it. I don't know why, but let's see. Where can we go to?
I think she's on a phone.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Lucy. I think it's Lucy there. I'm muting. I don't know. I'll try. Anyway, I don't want to get too distracted with the technicalities here, but okay, somebody doesn't have a mic. Let's go to Barbara Joseph. I can just see you there, and so let's go to you.
Okay, nothing like being called on by the teacher. Thanks, Julie. So I'm with everybody else. It's about cause, and mine has always been about transforming consciousness and transforming the world, so that people can live enlightened. About beauty and freedom and the divine light of being, inspired living, which would include everything everyone talks about, because if everyone has a higher level of consciousness, we wouldn't have wars and competition, and we would have freedom and joy and good health, and we would live together in harmony and balance, and everything would just be like the golden age. And maybe it's a bit idealistic, but that's what I work with every day.
Oh, I love that. And I think we are moving into a new golden age. I think this is also our birth pangs right now for that. But yes, and certainly that's a very lofty goal. And we all have very lofty goals is what I'm hearing. And these are powerful and wonderful goals and visions, really. They're more than goals. They're really a vision that our life is inspired by to go out there. So I love that. Yes, go ahead.
Well, I just want to end that Nikken is, the journey, the vehicle, all of us together being able to do that.
Yes, absolutely. It gives you a way in to actually make something manifest rather than just keeping it as an idea or ideal. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much, Barbara. It's beautiful. Great. Let's go with Pam. Pam Barnes. Yes, Pam. Let's go.
Yes, good morning. Well, my cause is more of a personal type of cause because I want to get as many people as possible, everybody I interact with, to feel great every day like I do. Because when you do that, you want to go out and be a blessing to the world and to help others, and more than just Nikken. And that's my number one cause. My number two cause is to keep these kids healthy, get these grandchildren healthier. But, you know, and I just share that because I've loved Nikken for 20 years. And that's been the fact. When you hurt, you do not go out and, you know, help another person. You don't smile at somebody in and out of the grocery store. And it's just sad to see that people do hurt every day. And we have a solution for that. We have so many yeses in this company to help them find the joy and love in this world and love themselves.
That is beautiful. I couldn't agree more. That is brilliant. Yes, Pam, and you do it fabulously. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to see this chat's going on and I get so confused, but yes. So thank you for that. And you're very passionate in your expression and you really are out there always making a difference. We know that. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
All right. Lovely. Thanks, Pam. So in the chat, somebody says Patricia wanted to speak. So let's hear from Patricia.
Hello, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I guess I have also a cause more than anything else. I actually have two causes, but I guess it's the same one. It's empowering people into an active choice for health. I have a child with autism that it has been recovered, and just see the quality of life that we've been able to achieve versus the quality of life that we had at the beginning when we had our diagnosis. It's just 180 degrees difference. I mean, it's completely different. And so the fact to empower the parents and telling them that, you know, there is an active choice that they can make towards health.
Yes.
And that encompasses, you know, having good choices that they can make. I think that's the most important thing. And on the other hand, it's also the fact that one simple action can make a huge difference. So and
I'm assuming you're saying that the technologies we have been a major part of shifting your child's health, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to suggest what we said at the very beginning about the children's health, that I want you to be one of the biggest advocates right there, because you have a testimonial that's, you know, really life-changing and makes me want to cry just thinking about it. And I don't even know any of the details about your family and your child, but you know, that is so powerful. So please, you know, join us in this cause. Yes.
Will do. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Patricia. Fabulous. Let's go to Connie. Connie Livingston. Tell us what you are so passionate about.
Well, I'm passionate about the fact that you can empower people with the trajectory that small changes done consistently over time can make a huge difference in their long time fitness, functionality, and everything else. I train seniors, and I can see the difference in people that have positive attitude, who make the connection that you are what you eat, who exercise regularly. It's amazing how little you have to do, but do it consistently to see these life changes. And so I'm passionate about spreading that word. It's something that appeals to all ages. My kids that are in their 40s and 50s are seeing the effect of living good lifestyles now, and they can see the long-term effects. So that's
wonderful, Connie. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. It's great that you train seniors. My son does a lot of that work too. So very empowering for them. I have to say, I love your sweater. I love you, your beautiful face. I love your background. It's all this white and this blue. It's so pretty. I just have to say it as a girl to a girl, you know.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you that I had oral surgery that went bad. So I'm trying to cover the swollen face with that. But, you know, I'm here.
You're beautiful. Thank you so much. Fabulous. Let's go to Madeline. Madeline Zaborski, tell us your passion.
Thank you, Julie. Well, what I'm saying now at this stage, that with 50 years in healthcare and 20 years with this company, and in that 50 years, seeing what's happened to the world, so picking up on your, Julie, and many others here, it's the cause. We're a global economy. We have Patricia from Brussels, so we're able to use this forum, so we're seamless. So I share my story integrated into the cause, and at this stage, that what I'm passionate about is helping to attract and mentor the next generation. So then that hooks into, you know, products are there because of 50 years in healthcare and 20 years in Nikken. I can't not talk about the products, but that the real need that I see now and what I'm enthusiastic about looking for is meeting whoever needs that I'm listening to, they're interested in, but sorting for, whether it's them or someone they know, for those that can help hooking into the networking model. That in order to make a difference in the world, we really need 50% plus one like we have here. The bigger the group, to be able to make to be able to have that tipping point for the momentum to impact healthy family is the root of healthy society. So that brings in children, and family has been redefined and is really at risk in this world.
So yes, I hear you saying really legacy too, leaving a legacy to, you know, that of course, as we get older, we realize, you know, we're not going to be here for an infinite amount of time, and we want to leave that legacy and teach and educate, mentor the next generation, That's beautiful. Very, very important, very valid. And you look fabulous. Thank you, sweetheart. That's great. I'm going to go now to Abby. Abby Morgenstein, give us your take on what you're passionate about.
Well, you know, when I was a little kid, my mom used to get a lot of headaches. And I remember putting my hand on her head and asking God to give me her pain. And it worked. I mean, since I was maybe 6, I would take away headaches with my hand. And I always actually got sick afterwards. I got a terrible headache myself the next day. So, I mean, but how can you see these people suffering and not try to help them? So I would continue, you know, throughout my life. And when someone approached me with the magnetics and how it could, the way I remember the way it's stuck on a refrigerator, thinking that maybe that's God's way of kind of sucking the pain away from us and making us well, because, you know, it's from the earth. And I thought, you know, yeah, because I remember learning in Temple that there's created a disease before any cure. So I really believe this is it, you know, and I know I was put on this earth to make others feel better. And I know that sounds arrogant, but I don't know if it's arrogant or just that was my job. But you know, that's what makes me happy is I look at, you know, even when I was getting in the hair business, my grandmother was a hairdresser, and I used to go to work with her, and she'd work with these little old ladies, and they would start off looking quite lethargic. By the end, they're looking in the mirror and they're, you know, looking at themselves. And I'm like, and I just thought, that's it. I want to make people feel good. Yeah. And with this, I'm able to make people feel good on a larger scale and without physically hurting myself to get there.
Good.
You know, and so
you are an angel of mercy. I'm going to call you Angel of Mercy. Great, very compassionate spirit. That's why I love to work with you so much.
Thank you.
Resonate well. Thank you, sweetheart. That's beautiful. I'm going to go to Heather Abbott. Where are you?
Hi, I'm here. All right, thanks. Well, it's not surprising, I think, that most everybody is choosing a cause. And of course, for me, it would probably be a cause too, the be healthy by choice and not by chance. Yes. Chronic disease, it's multi-generational. And I too want to leave a legacy of health for the whole world. And I really think that Nikken is that vehicle to do it because the products work so well. And we have something that's holistic for everybody. And they work together in such a synergistic relationship. So for me, definitely cause and making sure the world's healthy. All generations.
Absolutely. So you have that sense of legacy also, taking it, forward to the next, and the next. That's fantastic. We're so happy you're with us, Heather. We're so happy that you're part of our sisterhood here. It's great.
Oh, thank you. And I love being here. It's such a pleasure.
Yay. Super. Thank you, sweetheart. And I'm going to look in the chat section for a second. Suzanne, Julie can't see everyone. You can unmute and speak up. Suzanne, speak up. Yes, I can't see everybody. You're exactly right. Suzanne.
Thank you, Julie. Yes.
Hi, hi, sweetie. Oh, look
Hello.
at you, red. Awesome.
I think it's a very hard choice with those four. I'm going to take a different direction, though. When I look at that, I grew up with a single parent who had a lot of stress in her life, and I looked at a wall hanging every night as we ate, and it was titled "Children Learn What They Live." And it was all about what you are brought up in, what your thoughts are, and that creates the results. So for me, it's the personal development is the key, because if someone doesn't feel like they're worthy, that they can't make a change, that they are not empowered, then things are not going to shift and change. So the personal development is a key part of creating that cause and that movement. And that's why the grassroots efforts are always so much more powerful, because it starts with each person feeling that together we can achieve more.
Absolutely. And what a powerful background. And you decided to change all the programming that you were seeing, that life is a struggle and so forth, is what I'm hearing. So a lot of this has to do with the consciousness and the mind, and being able to change it, and really so you can create what you actually want in your life. Is that correct? Am I reading you correctly?
Correct. Very correct.
That's great. I love you, Suzanne. You're fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see who can we go to. And it's true, I can't see everybody. Maybe I can put gallery view on for a minute and see. Hattie Jane, what about you? Oh, unmute, darling. You have to unmute yourself.
I'm sitting in the middle of a store, so I'm just shame on you. But my passion is the fact that Nikken allowed me to recognize what I was feeling in my body, and therefore I had options. And the options I had created the reality that I have hope, and I can make a change in my health, because for the first time I'm starting to pick apart what my body is telling me. And that's what my passion is, to share with everyone, that they can also. Bye.
It's really about the choice, isn't it? About having options. And so your job is to educate people so they know they have options, and then they can decide what of those options they're going to take, correct?
That using the product line as they seem appropriate for them, that they can tune into what their body is saying. Not what we think it's saying, not what we say it's saying, not what we say it should be expected, but what it is for them. So then they can pick apart the different choices.
I love that, Hattie Jane. It's really about teaching people about autonomy, and not just trusting what a doctor might say or something else. Not to disparage doctors, but
No, that's what we had to believe in. But maybe we didn't feel that way. Maybe we didn't react the way it was supposed to. But we went on and did it anyway, because that's what we had, and that's all we had. Yeah. And so the tissues, blowing the nose all the time and shoving the pieces in the pocket. That's all we had to do, including with the medicine. However, with Nikken, I found the triggers that were causing the sneezing, and now I don't have to hit all the tissues.
It's beautiful, Hattie Jane. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. It's a pleasure to be with you. It really is. That's so great. All right, let's see who's next. Maybe Kathleen. Kathleen, we'd love to hear from you.
Hi, everyone. The thing that drives me, and it drives me every day actually, is to educate people that the body can heal itself. And I think that's just so crucial, because I watch people and listen, and I hear them say, they're dependent on this, that, and the other. Even though they know about food, and so forth, they still go and get their drugs or surgery or whatever because they're not of the consciousness that the body can heal itself given the right conditions. And I feel that Nikken has products that are non-toxic, because a toxic environment doesn't help the body, and also supports the body with all the different products. And water is one of my passions. So that's it. I'm on a sort of, I want everyone to know that their body can heal. And I'm having to work on my own communication and my listening to allow people to hear that idea. So I feel like it's personal development as part of that to get that message across.
Yes, love, absolutely. For all of us, you're not alone in that. Otherwise we'd be sponsoring up the world, wouldn't we? So it's about learning how do we get the message across. And you said there, I'm on a, and then I was just kidding, I'm on like, it's like a mission, right? It's like a mission. And those missions are really deeply, deeply felt in our body, our mind, our spirit. They're really coming from our soul. This is why I'm here. This is what I want to do. And that's why, of course, it's so challenging when people don't grasp it, because it's almost like a wound to the soul, but we can't take it that way. We just have to understand that we somehow have to get better at creating trust with people so that they really can hear the beauty of what we have. And just listening to all of you, I mean, it's very moving. I'm sure you're all feeling that. Like, this is moving to hear what you care passionately about. And I'm not surprised, because women do, and not to exclude men, of course not, but women have, we can birth children. We have this amazing ability to bring forth life. So I think we're very tapped in for that. So it's lovely to hear you, and thank you so much. And you also look gorgeous and have a beautiful background there. I just have to say, I have a very aesthetic side of me, so I really appreciate that. You look fab. All right, darling, thank you. Let's go to Bob Satterwhite, if you're there, Bob. Do we have Bob on the, yeah, there we go.
I'm here.
Super. Let me see if I can bring you
gosh,
up.
Like everybody else, it's hard to figure out of all those things, but I really resonate with what Kathleen was saying. It's all about educating people about our health, and it's so darn important these days because there's so much that people don't know. And so the passion is, we want people to be healthier. There's so much chronic disease. So it's all about really sharing the technologies and how they can help themselves. But also along those lines, it's the ability for people to earn an income, because the healthy body, mind, society, it's all important, but people are struggling. They're struggling financially, they're struggling physically. So for me, it's a two-prong sort of vision to have people have some sort of a hope through their health and hope through some finances.
Absolutely. It's not a part of the health that we want to leave out. It's absolutely critical for all of us, and thank you for that. And you were so fabulous on the call the other day, and people know so much that you are very passionate about the technologies, and it's critical. So we want to get this out more. We want to get, a lot more people truly acquiring our technologies and, utilizing them, because we know that it's going to change their life. When they get a wellness home, I can't tell you, I am so happy for them when they get a wellness home, because I know it's going to change their life. And I know you feel the same way. So it does. We wouldn't be in Nikken if the technologies weren't amazing. And the network marketing piece is incredible and wonderful too. And it's just that part, and getting better and better at that part as well. But usually you're going to find that most people don't lead with that. That doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but most people who join Nikken join because the technology's changed their life, and then they see the application of sharing it with others and making a bigger impact, and creating wealth that way. And of course, as many of us, I'm going to have somebody on next week, who's in my team, Dahlia, who's made almost $2 million with Nikken. I mean, you could make a lot of money with this business, but it's all about learning how to really share it with others in a beautiful way. But this we're coming up to time here. So if there's somebody who's really wants to jump in, I know there's more that haven't spoken yet. please put your hand up or so, or unmute and say hello.
Julie, it's Yoko. Can I just surmise something? I think hearing all of these wonderful points,
yes,
it just tells everyone in the world that there are many, many ways to share one message. And the message is to be able to not only, and it's the people, and it's the planet, and it's the profit. In other words, there are three things that are all available here in one particular vehicle. And to me, what's so empowering is look at this handful of women in this small area of the world. Look what we can impact on the entire planet. And as a woman in business that had to scrounge for her own voice to be heard in the 60s, it's wonderful to be able to see young women now being able to now even speak up to make equal pay. You know, it's something I just spoke up to just be able to get more than I deserved, you know. So it's a wonderful world, and I think if there's anything we can all do as women, is bring other women in here and just show them that there's this wonderful vehicle, one of the best in the world that no one knows about, and let's do it.
Absolutely, Yoko. We couldn't agree more. We absolutely believe that. And I'm so glad you spoke up, because I was going to call on you actually. And then I was looking at the time and getting a little worried about time. But that is so true. And equal pay is so important. And for women to be able to be financially emancipated, shall we say, is critical, so that they can get out of situations they're not happy in, you know, which are many, and be able to stand true in their own empowerment financially. So couldn't agree more. And this is our time. I mean, women are rising. You know, you see it everywhere, and it's really, really, it couldn't be a better time for us.
Yes.
And we are 80% women in Nikken. We are the ones that, man, we can drive this thing in an incredible way together. It's very hard to do it alone. I'm sure you've all tried to do it alone. Nikken's impossible alone. It's pretty lonely, actually. It's not much fun at all. But when you're together with other beautiful people who really think alike, and, you know, they're not the same, but they have the same sort of passion. And it does take passion, no question. You've got to be able to bring your passion forward and be willing to bring it forward to others. So I know we're running out of time, but I'm seeing Barbara there, and I'm like, Barbara Bertucci, you're going to just have to say something before we close our time here.
I found a tree to get in front of, Julie.
Oh, great. You put this.
But I love your mission, your passion. You know, I love life rights, because it means anything that life is alive, animals, plants, nature, it all is valuable. And so that is my passion, is life rights, that everybody have the same opportunities in the world. And so it tags on to Randy with peace in the world. I mean, everybody, it's like a domino of all the people that have contributed today in the talk. It's just phenomenal. And I just love that Nikken is a catalyst for all of that. And what a gift. What a tremendous gift we have with Nikken. And, you know, so thank you for doing this call. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for being on it. You are awesome. And I love the call, and I love it that we're really growing together. We have, I'm trying to look here to see, there are a few people that haven't spoken. Some people, there's this empty space there, so I'm not sure. But if anybody else is burning, you have 1 minute, and then we got to go. So I don't know, Pam, if you want to say something. Pam Rodriguez, I see you there, and Glenda's not there, so we could take Glenda.
Could Patricia please tell us what products she used for her autistic child?
Patricia, briefly, because we could do that on another call as well. We could do a kids call. I think we really need to do that, but if you want to just say super fast, your basic ones.
Okay. The biggest change was with water, magnetism, and sleep systems.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. We usually find water, sleep, some daytime products, in the air. Those things make a massive difference.
As well, the air as well. But I think the biggest and the quickest immediately noticeable ones was water and sleep.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, everybody, for being on. This has been a great call. Love you guys a lot. Please be on next week and bring on your people, because we're going to have Dahlia speaking about how she's made millions with Nikken, okay? All right, everyone. Many blessings.